In season to bring the heat. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? New Nashville Hot is goodness in the making.
Download the Local 3 News and Weather apps now.
Okay, fall is the season to get your yard ready for spring, and around here, any good yard begins with a good irrigation system. Anyone who has been battling this dry weather that we've seen the last couple of months knows that all too well, and so does our next guest. His name is Scott Brown, and he is here with Watercolor Irrigation. So we're going to talk a little bit of everything this morning, Scott, because sure, you'll talk about getting ready for next spring, but first you say we've got to get through winter, right?
We do. We do.
So for people who already have an irrigation system, it's really important, and I will attest to this, to make sure you turn it off.
Yes, it's very important. And it's that time of the year to what we call winterize your irrigation system. And that is a little bit more than just turning it off. We want to remove all the water from the system to prevent any breakage from freezing water.
So you brought some examples with you this morning. Is this what have you brought?
I've brought a couple of examples of backflow preventers, and that's a big important part of an irrigation system. Backflow preventers are key to public safety in the water system. They help keep dirty water from your yard from going backwards into your water pipes that go into your home.
Gotcha.
And into your neighborhood, because they're all connected.
So you were telling me that besides the installation, y'all do an awful lot of repairs.
We do.
At Watercolor, and you're not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but sometimes these irrigation systems aren't put in quite the right way, so you go in and repair the damage. So do all systems have these backflows put on them?
Yes, they should.
They should.
They should. All irrigation systems are supposed to have backflow preventers on them.
Okay, and is that's what sits kind of up on top, right?
Yeah, they're oftentimes outside by the road or by the side of the house. A lot of people have plastic fake rocks on top of them, and a lot of the older ones are in the ground in a box. I didn't bring one of those examples, but the new code has made the law that the irrigation backflows need to be above ground now. So when an old one doesn't pass a test, it has to be rebuilt and put up above ground to comply with code now.
Okay, so I had mentioned initially the drought, right, that we've all had, and everyone's vegetation's a little crispy right now.
It's that time of the year.
So if you are doing the old-fashioned sprinkler, that's fine, that will do the job. But when you have those irrigation systems, it's so nice because you can just turn it on and walk away and come back later. And
oh, you don't even have to come back. They're all on controller timers, that are all computer driven, and you can even access a lot of them from an app on your phone. It's pretty high tech now.
So when you do this for people on the installation side, you first need to come to their home, right, and just kind of walk the yard and guide them through even where their gardens are, where their favorite spots are, to kind of figure out where to place.
Yeah, we walk the property with the client when we do installations, and we get an idea of the scope that they're looking to cover in their landscape. You know, what are the priority areas? Is it lawn? Is it garden? Is it shrub beds and things like that? And then we take measurements, and then we design an irrigation system to fit that landscape.
The timer part is great because if you're planning a vacation, that means you can just set it and walk away and not worry about having your neighbor come water for you.
Oh yeah, totally. And there's other accessories like rain sensors that can tell when it's raining and turn off the irrigation system if it rains a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, whatever you set it to be.
Let's talk about the repairs. So I mean, this is a big time of year to be planting if you're looking ahead for next year. So if you dig too deep, you might hit a pipe.
Oh yeah.
You'll come out and repair that.
Totally. Yep. Any breaks in the pipes, any leaks in the yard, we can find them, fix them.
I've got about a minute left. Is there anything that homeowners should be watching for if they have a current irrigation system and you said they're not always put in the right way?
Yeah.
Are there some ways they would know that they have a faulty one?
If they have any questions, we can come out and take a look or answer. I would say that the backflow preventers are a very important part to secure for this winterizing season. A lot of these are designed to be removed. They have pipes on either side that have called a union, or they should, and these should be taken off and put inside.
Yes.
Because if you can see here, there's a big crack in this metal, and that happened from freezing water.
That happened to me once.
Right?
Yes.
It has happened to over a dozen of my customers this year.
You
from
lived
last
through it
season.
once and you will not live through it again.
Right? Especially after you replace one. They are not cheap.
They are not cheap. Okay, here's where you will find him at Watercolor Irrigation. His name is Scott Brown and his phone number is 315-6472. WCirrigation.com is the website, also on social media. Great to talk to you this morning.
Thanks, Julie. I really appreciate it.
Look no further than Mercantile at the Ridge for that unique home furnishing or collectible. The same familiar location, new management, and a refreshing shopping experience with over 125 individual shops. Find what you're looking for at Mercantile at the Ridge, Ringgold Road, Exit 1, East Ridge.